Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Former NFL football player Antonio Brown has fled the country. Now, why would he do that? Antonio is wanted for attempted murder after a Miami scuffle. Yeah, fam. They say they want Antonio dead or alive. No, they ain't say that. They ain't say dead or alive. But they want him, man. They want him. So Antonio said, man, rather than coming to face these charges, he decided to dip. I'm just wondering, how long does Antonio plan to be gone? He got children, right? His whole life is in the United States. Like, how long does he plan on being gone? And has he even considered how that might look once he is brought in? Because you know he's going to be brought in, right? How long does he plan to be gone? When they bring him into the courtroom, you know, the first thing the prosecution is going to say is, no bond. They're going to be like, no, we can't afford that. The guy has resources. He has means. He already jumped on a plane and went to Dubai. The next time he hops on a plane, we may never see him again. You know, they have to build it up. Like, this guy is a fugitive. You know, he tried to kill 10 people. You know how they always make it up. They got to exacerbate everything. In any event, this was not a smart thing. At least most people don't think it was a smart thing to do. Because if you're innocent, why run? Now, the thing is he do have a slight obstacle to overcome. Because had he squeezed the trigger on that dude when the fight was happening initially, he might be okay because he was getting jumped. But the fact that he took the security guard's gun and chased dude down and started shooting, boom, he got a problem. Now, I watched the video. I did not see him actually squeezing the trigger, but I did see him, and I couldn't really tell if he had a gun in his hand, but he had something in his hand and he was running toward the action. Next thing you know, he hit a couple of gunshots. So we assume that Antonio did the shooting, but there ain't really solid evidence that he actually did the shooting, that he did do it. So I think he would have probably had a case. Nonetheless, even if he did do the shooting, it's reasonable to say that the man was acting out of fear and adrenaline, right? It's like, man, I'm nervous. These guys was trying to attack me. I had a right to be upset. I was angry. I went overboard. I shouldn't have done that, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Please have mercy on my soul. And, perhaps you can catch a break. But running? Oh, no, man. See, personally, I could never run in the United States. I could never just run because, first of all, where am I going to hide? Where am I going to run to? And before that, I would say, first of all, I'm a family man. So I'm not going to abandon my kids. I'm not going to abandon my family. I'm not going to abandon my community forever. I'm not doing that. So I'm not the type of dude that could run. I'd rather stay and fight it. I'd rather stay and face the music, literally. Like, running is exhausting. Have you ever been on the lam? Police after you. You don't know when they're gonna come. Your life might be in order. You might got your whole life in order, and then here they come disrupting. They don't care that you change your ways. They don't care if you're born again Christian and you've donated $1 million to an orphanage. They don't care nothing about that stuff. They want your body in a cell. They want you in a cell. So, running is too exhausting, And my nerves too bad for all that running, My nerves too bad, man. That's why, I got a problem, man. I try to nip it in the bud, man. My nerves too bad. I gotta have peace. I gotta have peace. I don't know what Antonio was thinking, but those people over there in Dubai turned him in. I don't know what their extradition laws are like, but I know that it don't matter what the laws are like. I know that the U.S. got a pretty good relationship with Dubai. They're pretty cool with them. So I can see somebody turning him in. He ain't gonna be on the lam long. In Dubai, I don't know why he went to Dubai, because his behavior is not conducive to living in a country like Dubai. All of that stuff that he do in America, man, some of that stuff would get him 50 years in a prison in Dubai. They don't play all of that out there. So I don't know what he was thinking about going to Dubai. He should have went to Switzerland or Australia or Iceland, somewhere like that, Denmark, a place where, they ain't gonna be too hard on you if you get out of pocket. I know in Finland, there was one guy who got busted with like 100 kilos. Like 100 kilos, and they don't do drugs out there. I'm talking about, they do drugs, but they don't do drugs. I'm talking about like big loads of drugs and busting drug dealers and all that stuff daily. They don't do it like that. But anyway, dude got like a 5-year sentence for 100 kilos. Yeah. So I don't know, fam. Antonio Brown, he too loud to hide long at all. I don't know why he had to tell people where he was in the first place. I don't even know why he had to tell people he was on the lam. Like, if you're gonna do something, do it. Bad boys move in silence. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.